This video is presented by the EA Game Changers Network. This is insanity, guys. Welcome to Most Feared. I'm going to be showing off all of the best players from this promo in this video. We've got them all in the team. As you can see that 92, Le'Veon Bell. You have so many different cards in it. It's going to be absolute insanity. If you guys are new to the channel, I recommend subscribing. If you enjoy the video, smash the like button, comment your thoughts down below, and hit the notification button. That way you're never going to miss one of my uploads. So we have some elites, we have some major non-elites like there's Diamond Master players. We even have the master of the promo, that Brian Dawkins. Rob Gronkowski, 94 tight end. This is absolute insanity. PHARAOH Cooper, definitely one of my most favourite cards. I'll get more into that as we progress through. There's just so much in this, and we have a full gameplay of the entire team. DeAndre Hopkins, look at that card, wow. Words cannot describe how insane these cards really are. You can check out the defense. We've got the odd flashback player in there, but we're not focusing on them, are we? We're focusing on the most feared players. Now, keep in mind, what you're seeing is a work in progress. By the time the full game drops, it might not all stay the same. So, right now, Brian Dawkins doesn't have any art, which is a little bit upsetting, him being a master card, but they're just finalising that for you guys so you can have one of the most insane looking cards possible. It is pretty damn cool, to say the least. We've got two games that we were showing gameplay for. One is against Nick Noobkill, of course, and one is against Dre Drizzle. You'd be surprised at how that gameplay went. We had limited time to pick up some gameplay, but don't worry about it. I've got you guys covered. You're going to see some insanity. So, let's get into it. Our first bit of gameplay with this insane team. I somehow had a little bit more power than my opponent, as you can see, but it's going to be very interesting. Now, I don't think I lost a single game of Overdrive whilst I was at the event, which is pretty insane considering you'd expect me to be the worst. I'm not going to lie, I expected myself to be the worst. When you're playing against people like Nick, you're playing against people like Dre, you're playing against people that actually make the game, you know that you're going to not be on point, but for some reason luck was with me. I was having this problem where there was a bit of lag, things were struggling to make the content, I don't know, but I managed to pull through that. I believe this isn't the highest scoring game. It is very hard when you're up against opponents that are just that good, but when you have an insane team yourself, you know you're going to do bits. Now, I'm going to be able to release so much different content for you guys, so I just want to know what you guys want to see from me. Obviously, I'm trying to get my voice back, and it's going to be a struggle when I'm making content, but I hope you guys can stick with that. I've literally just drunk everything, taken lozenges, I've taken everything under the sun to make sure I can bring this content to you. But I can tell you now, not the Masters are the main part for me. Like, I mean, there is that 92 Brian Dawkins, there is GRONKENSTIEN, there is PHARAOH Cooper, there is Aaron Rodgers, and I've gone blank on the other person. I can't remember who it is, but there is other players that do absolute worlds. Like, they are so good. They are unbelievably good. And I mean, Cooper was definitely one of my most favourite out of the Masters that you can get. Now, it's because he's so quick. He's just so quick. I had this faith where I could chuck it to him. It was a bit like using the Madden Master of this year. Like, you know, when I was explaining how good the catching was, the pace. If you guys have been with the channel since the start of Madden Overdrive, you'd know that I loved, and I mean I loved, the Madden Mobile Master for this year. But PHARAOH Cooper, for me, feels very similar. He's obviously not exactly the same, and you don't expect him to be the same. But he's insanely good. He may not be the strongest, he may not be the tallest, but he is so quick, it makes up for it in every way, shape and form. Now, Aaron Rodgers, not going to turn around and say he was my most favourite, which is pretty bad considering me being a Green Bay fan. I feel he is a very good card, but I also feel Carson Wentz, the film reel quarterback, is reasonably on the same perspective. Like, obviously, Carson Wentz is going to be a good card. Aaron Rodgers is going to be a good card. I just don't feel like I had something special with Aaron Rodgers in this. I mean, he's a great card, but for me personally, I won't be going for him. I know free-to-play is going to be looking like you're going for one master out of the three movies, but if it's not Gronk, because you've just seen that catch, like, I'm not even joking, GRONKENSTIEN, damn, whole nother level of quality, right? Whole nother level of quality. But I think PHARAOH Cooper and Gronk are going to be sort of the ones I go for. Now you're going to have that popcorn as a currency that you're going to be using for pretty much everything. You're going to be going for down the route of one movie. Remember, they're not just the master versions of these movie cards and the promo cards. There are elites and stuff like that. So don't think that you're in a situation where you have to basically put all your eggs in one basket. Just go for one movie. You can split it across a few movies. Don't you worry about that. Now, I was worrying about that, but I know that you can get varied versions of it. But we're going to jump into the next game, and we are against Drizzle. Now, this is going to be interesting. I don't actually remember how this game went. I don't know how I'm going to manage to cope with this gameplay, because I know it was a good bit of gameplay. It was very, very good, but I just was on point. I don't know why I was so good at this Overdrive when I was at the capture event, because I wasn't expecting to be beating people. But here we go. We're going to get into it. I am that smash mouth guy. I am the runner. I know that I was using spread, but I just enjoyed using different things to see how it played. Obviously, there's a few new things coming to Overdrive over the course of its progression. You expect it to be, and it's going to affect gameplay, it's going to affect a lot of things. But for me, this was going really well. I really, really did enjoy using Hunt. As you can see, he's just insane. He's not the best, but he is insane. I mean, I know there's so many good cards in the game already, and you've already got a situation of where you don't know who you really want to use. You don't know who's going to be the best for you personally. Hopkins, loved the card. Pharoah Cooper, loved him. Like, he's just, as I said, I can't talk about this guy any more than I already have. But I'm telling you, he's something special. He is something special. There you go. We're going to get that Hopkins there. Boom. Touchdown. I wasn't expecting him to make it, but when he's the most feared card, you know that people are not ready for him. He was backing up into him, and he managed to get that rolled into the end zone. It was banging. Like, I can't even lie. I was shocked at how good some of these cards were. You don't expect this early in the game to have such good cards. If you do not focus on promos and stuff like that, you are going to be left behind, because I'm telling you, some of these cards that you can pick up from this promo are so worth it. As I said, Aaron Rodgers may not be my favourite, but for some people that need a good quarterback, you're going to be going for that card. I know you. Some people that need good wide receivers, you're going to be going for Pharoah. I know that. And some people that want an insane card like Gronk, you're going to go for Gronk. And I don't blame you. It's going to be a grind. When he's making jump catches like that, I just think, wow, I cannot describe how good that card is, man. I am in shock about that card. Let's see if we can get that. I'm surprised Peterson got that interception. I'm not going to lie. I was throwing that bullet expecting to work so well, but it just didn't. I get that. It's cool. But as you can see, it was so low scoring from where everyone had the same sort of team. We were struggling against each other, and I'm not even surprised by that, because I'm telling you now, stress. It was stress trying to play against each other, because everyone has the same team. People aren't figuring out how to play against the defences. But look at Cooper. There we go. He's going to get the touchdown. Of course he is. He's just the best card I have used in wide receiver. I wouldn't even say that he's the most fun. I would say he's the most fun. Wouldn't say he's the best, but he is one of the most fun cards I have used. It's just how quickly, from the mark, he gets in space like that, and you just think to yourself, you've got an absolute animal. I mean, if he was a little bit stronger, maybe I would have been able to shirk that. Maybe I would have been able to keep on going through. Maybe I would have been able to get that TD. But this is why you need Hunt, because he's a player that just runs and runs and runs. And he's so quick at what he does that you know he's an absolute animal. So that was the first game we played. Now, we move into our second game against Dre. The poor guy was having problems with all of his phones, all of his devices. It was all going a little bit mad, and I don't blame him for struggling with it. But, do you know what? I've actually said I won every single game. I'm a little bit panicked now, because I can't remember whether I did. I mean, wow, okay, that's a TD. I can't even remember doing that. This is what I'm saying. Some of these cards in this game, so fire. So fire. I wish that I'd taken the time to use some of the Colour Clash kits and maybe messed around with a few stadiums, but I was just focused on getting that gameplay. We had a limited amount of time, guys, because obviously we was doing that vlog that was going to be at Universal Studios. I recommend checking that out. As I said, honestly, it's worth checking out for sure. And we had a few other things we needed to be doing, but I can release whatever content I feel like for this. If you guys want to see it, let me know down below. If you want to see one individual movie, I can do that for you. If you want to see trying to complete some of them to a reasonable standard, I can do that. If you want to see me just focus on one player and one player only, and I'm talking just literally outright gameplay on the same guy for a video, I can do that. If you want me to try it and complete some live events to show you how to do them, because I know the live events in this promo are a little bit hard to say the least. I wouldn't say they're the hardest thing I've ever done, but they were indeed a struggle in a few ways. But you know, I can bring that to you. Just let me know down below, guys. And obviously, I recommend you checking out the other game changers, Noob Kill, Hitman, Dre Drizzle, of course, and also Joe Verleen, as you know. I recommend checking them out as well, for sure, because they're going to be dropping some content. I was on the trip with them. It was really enjoyable, to say the least, and it's just insane that I was able to go and make this content for you guys. So a big shout out, as I said, to the EA Madden mobile team and the Game Changers Network for letting me do this stuff. I enjoy doing this so much, especially when I can record content that is fresh, that you guys can enjoy, that I enjoy doing. Just a shame I wasn't able to record it all live, because honestly my reactions to some of these TDs like that would have been fire. They would have been fire. I feel like we might have wrapped this up. Maybe 3 games you've seen and 3 Ws for me. I believe that's the case. You know what though? Those interceptions though and the blocks. Damn. I was struggling against this defense. It was such a low scoring, ongoing amount of games, because nobody could seem to get past that defense. It didn't matter what you did. It was just a struggle. But I'm telling you now, 2 of my favourite players from this promo, Gronk and Cooper. I would say Hunt comes in, maybe a possible 3rd. Then I would go down the route of Hopkins at 4th. And then I'd maybe finish up with Aaron Rodgers, maybe at 5th. Maybe at 5th. I mean, I missed a few players out there, but that is just my whole entire engagement on which players I like and which players I don't like. But that's pretty much it. If you guys have enjoyed the video, I want you to smash the like button, comment us down below, subscribe for more content like this, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Most Feared is coming soon. See you later. Bye-bye.